Hey there, boys and girls, and welcome to episode 115 of Sonic Boom TV. This is a thrift store finds video. Excuse me. This consists of probably the last month or so of thrift stores. I was not getting enough at once to do a video like this. And I kind of just let it pile up, and then I got more than enough to do a video. I'm hoping to stop doing the thrift store stuff for a while. Not that I don't like going there and finding stuff, it's just that I'm coming up with too much stuff and not enough space for it, spending too much money, and I got other things that need to be paid for, so I'm going to try to cut that down. So this may be the last thrift store video I do for a while, but I've got some decent stuff here. Nothing amazing, I don't believe, but some decent stuff. Let me start with the CDs, I guess. We'll go through that. I don't necessarily remember where I got everything, but we'll go from what I can remember. First up, the Black Crowes Lions. I got this for $1.99 at the Red, White, and Blue store. I never heard this album before. I still haven't heard it. I bought it like 2 weeks ago. I still haven't listened to it. Black Crowes were one of those bands that I liked at the beginning, and then I kind of lost interest in them for whatever reason. Then yesterday, I picked up something from the Goodwill for $1. It was supposed to be half price if it had a green sticker on it, but that green sticker I don't think is the one that is there, so I got it for $1 instead of 50 cents. But this is called Generation X, Generation X, but it's not the band. It's just a sampler from the '90s. It's got some good stuff on it. That's why I bought it, and I have most of these songs on one way or another, but I just wanted to get it because it's a kind of a good little mix, and there's a couple songs that I don't have. So let's start with, it's got Feed the Tree by Belly. Great song. It's a Shame About Ray by the Lemonheads, another good song. Soda Jerk by Buffalo Tom. I don't know if I have that or not. Two Worlds Collide by Inspiral Carpets. I don't have that. American Music by Violent Femmes. Have that. Leafy Incline by Tad. Have that. Los Angeles by Frank Black. Don't have that. I'm not sure if I know what that song is, but I don't have it for sure. World Class Fad by Paul Westerberg. Paul Westerberg was on a lot of soundtracks and stuff like that back in the 90s, it seemed like. I don't have any of his albums, but I have several songs on different things. Like he was on the Single soundtrack and a couple other things like that. Then Fallen Down by the Goo Goo Dolls. I don't know if I have that one or not. My Sister by Juliana Hatfield 3. I do have that on a single. Dream Sweet Dreams by Aztec Camera. Don't have that for sure. Being Simple by the Judy Bats. Don't think I have that one. Work for Food by Dramarama. Don't have that. Sober by Tool. So that's it for that one. So it's a good little representation of the 90s alternative rock stuff. So I thought that would be cool. Then I was back at the I'm sorry, I'm trying to pull out what I want to get from there. I was back at the Red, White, and Blue yesterday, and I found a CD that I thought was going to be a great find for me because it's a band that I knew of back in the day, and I always wanted to get the CD, and I could never find it anywhere. It was called Child's Play. Rat Race was the thing. And I think they had one minor hit song, whatever, and they had it, but they didn't have the CD. They had the case, but no CD, and I was so upset. But right next to it, they had Quiet Riot's Greatest Hits. I don't really need this. I mean, I have these albums. I don't have a couple of them on CD, so maybe I do need it as far as so I can get the MP3s. But it's got two live versions of there's Bang Your Head, Mental Health, and then Let's Go Crazy. They have live versions, but everything else is just straight from the albums I have by them. So I just picked that up. That was $1.99. The rest of these came from the Salvation Army store, and they were all $1, I believe. This one, Joan Jett. It's Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. I'm sorry. Fit to be Tied, Greatest Hits by Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. Now, I bought the Greatest Hits record last year, I believe it was, and this is different. Like, it's the same thing, but it's different. It's like this has several different songs on it than that one, but it's got like all the mainstay songs as well. Bad Reputation, Do You Want to Touch Me, I Love Rock and Roll, Everyday People, I Hate Myself for Loving You, Crimson and Clover, Cherry Bomb, which is not actually Joan Jett, it's the Runaways. So there's a couple of other songs on here that are different than the record, so that was a good find. Then Peter Gabriel, this is Us. I don't really know a lot about Peter Gabriel except that he was in Genesis in the early days, and he had the Sledgehammer song that everybody loves, and that video was very good for that, way ahead of its time. So I picked that up just to see what it is. I don't know if I'm going to like it or not. Then I found one that I'm probably not going to open. I just wanted to have it because it's kind of a local thing. This is Cowboy Mouth, and it's called Uh-Oh, but it's the Barks Has Bite sampler. It's not the album. It's 5 songs from that album, and I have the album, so I don't need to open this up. But it's just a sampler that Barks must have sponsored them for something and put this out. I don't know why they put 5 songs. I don't know how many songs are on the album, but that's half the album basically. So, and none of them are different versions as far as I can tell. So anyway, that's cool for local New Orleans kind of alternative rock from the 90s. Whoa, kicked the light there. Sorry about that. Next up, we've got Dire Straits, Money for Nothing. This one, it's the songs I know on this are Sultans of Swing and of course Money for Nothing. I don't know that I know anything else on here, but I know those 2 songs and those are good, so this will probably be good too. Never was a huge fan of them. I know a guy that used to be a long time ago. He was into them, but whatever. The last CD I got is Default, The Fallout. Now, I don't know too much about Default, except they were a 90s, early 2000s probably alternative rock band. I think they had a hit song. I don't know what it was. I feel like my friend had this CD and used to talk about them, but I'm not sure. But anyway, I picked it up for $1, and that was that. So now, on to the records. The records are kind of a mixed bag of dumb stuff, good stuff, why'd you buy that stuff, kind of whatever. So anyway, let's just start and go through it. You've probably left this video by now anyway. We've got the original motion picture score for Rocky, music by Bill Conti. That one, cool, little inner sleeve, back cover. I don't know if this will be any good or not. I don't remember not liking the music from Rocky, so I think it'll be okay. Next up, The Best of Herman's Hermits. Some of these records people decided to write on. So it says Cute, the Herman and his Hermits on that one. It says Cute, I don't know, some Corey maybe Cute, Barry, Cute, Keith. So somebody thought these guys were cute except for maybe him. Because I don't see anything that says it's kind of faded out, so maybe not. Gatefold. The record seemed to be in nice condition. The cover is not. But sticking with my old Herman's Hermits, we got another one. The cover is trashed on this one. It's split on all the sides except for this one, and no inner sleeve or nothing like that. But there's a kind of hush all over the world. Herman's Hermits includes No Milk Today, East West Dandy. It says apartment number, and then they didn't write their apartment number on there, so I can't go visit whoever this was. They didn't write too much on the back. The song I really know by Herman's Hermits is Henry VIII. I Am. Anyway, that's on one of those. Next up, I had to go with this ridiculous thing, and I bought 2 of them just because they were there, and they were at these came from the Salvation Army, by the way, and they got a bunch of stuff in there that was in real nice condition, but it wasn't stuff that I want. It was a lot of country stuff, a lot of classical kind of stuff, and all that, and some of it for the condition it was in. Probably should have been bought because they're gonna get trashed there, but I saved a few and that was all. But I bought 2 copies of Walk With Me, the Singing Gospelettes, and 2 of them because look at their hair. Oh my God, my voice just cracked on that. That hair is something ridiculous. I believe these were teenagers back then. They look a little older than teenagers. They look to be in their 20s. Cute girls, but come on, look at this hair. It's some kind of gospel albums. I looked them up on while I was in the store. I looked them up on Discogs, and the only one that is sold is like $25. Well, these both have the shrink wrap. They're open, but the records are brand new. They're both open, but come on, look at that hair, guys. Look at it. Look. I think I'm gonna have this one displayed right here or something for the next video or something. But I bought both of them just because I saw they were worth $25, and I impulse bought on that. They were only $1. Everything here was $1. Next up, this one also. Speaking of beautiful, I bought it just because I love the cover, but not really into her music so much. But Olivia Newton-John, have you never been mellow? And of course we know she passed away, but I mean, look at those eyes. Oh, mama. And then she's on the back again. The record is in nice condition. I thought it had lyrics, but it doesn't. So, she's in the collection now. Next up, this one came from Red, White, and Blue thrift store. It was the Bay City Rollers. I don't think it has a title to it, but Bay City Rollers are kind of ridiculous. They're like bubblegum pop kind of stuff, but they had a few good songs, and the one on this is Saturday Night is the one that I want. I do have one of their other albums. I believe it's the Greatest Hits, which I think that song's on there too, but it was in such good condition I grabbed it for $1.99. Then we went back to the Salvation Army, and let's see, picked up a couple things that I kind of already had, but I figured these might be better condition. We've got the Monkees, and it's got writing on it, of course. This person wrote Mickey, Mike, Peter, Davy, because they love them, I guess. And then on the back, we've also got Davy, Mike, Peter, Mickey. The cover's pretty good shape, but probably better than the one I had before. And the record itself, haven't played it yet, haven't cleaned it yet, and been cleaning records since last night. Hopefully finish that today and then get all my area cleaned out and we'll be good to go. But I love the Monkees, and so luckily I found a couple in here. The next one is the Monkees that I have never heard before, and the cover's split, but it's Headquarters. Kind of neat little cover. I kind of like this stuff going on. Picture, they're silly, the Monkees, but the spine is split. I think the record was in pretty good shape. Some of these, the records were in better shape than others. Then we've got the back. I think there's a different version with different pictures on the back that's kind of valuable, but it's not this one. And then this one the last one, I think I have 3 or 4 copies of it now, and I wasn't gonna buy it, but it looked to be better than the one I have because every one I have is super scratched up. It's More of the Monkeys, and then there's a phone number here. You can call it if you'd like, 529-3467. I don't know who that belongs to. My dog's starting to cough again. Then on the back, this is the part that got me. We've got new WTIX, which is a radio station in New Orleans. It's in pencil, so you can hardly see it. And it says Ken Bonnarend or something. I don't know who that is. I don't know if that was the DJ or whatever. But let's zoom in right here because this girl right here, there's somebody wrote ugly and put an arrow and then they got scratched out. But that girl is not ugly. She was just with the Monkeys, and I think whoever owned this was upset about that. But there's Joe Loves Ellen, not once. JD loves JD and Ellen. Joe Loves Ellen again. Ellen and Joe. So I think Ellen might have written this. My dog is doing her thing. But anyway, they've put their track numbers on. I mean, I guess their favorites 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. But there's 2 number 1s. There's 2 number 8s. There's nothing on this song called She. I don't know what they were ranking there, but these people, Joe and Ellen, lost out on a treasure. The Monkeys. Okay, so next up, something that was I bought based on one thing and one thing only, and that was nostalgia. My grandparents, I guess my parents too, my mom anyway, back when I was a kid, they used to listen to a lot of Kenny Rogers. And I liked some Kenny Rogers songs when I was a little kid. And so it was Christmas time, and I saw this, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to get this Kenny Rogers. I didn't listen to it yet for Christmas. It didn't get cleaned up, before I could do it. But there was Kenny Rogers Christmas. So I figured, that might be a, fun little trip down memory lane. Oops, I'm off the screen here. And then I saw they had a bunch more, and I left a lot of them. They had a lot of Kenny Rogers records. But I got this one because it's Kenny Rogers' 20 Greatest Hits. And it has Lucille, Lady, Love Lifted Me. What's the other ones? Don't Fall in Love with a Dreamer, The Gambler, Through the Years, Coward of the County. Excuse me. And that's all I know. Those are the songs I know. They're all there. This is the one I needed for Kenny Rogers. I'm not a big Kenny fan, but I got it. And then there was one more, Kenny Rogers, Eyes That See in the Dark. And the reason I got that one is because it has Islands in the Stream with Dolly Parton. And of course she's right there on the thing. And so that kind of completed what I need for Kenny Rogers. But I saw this other album, which I had no idea was Kenny related, and it was called The First Edition, and it's 69 is what it's called. The cover is falling apart, but this cover, I liked it. I don't know what it was about this cover besides the art. It was kind of like, man, I really want that. I don't know what it is. Didn't bother to see that it said Kenny Rogers right there. I don't know who these other people are. Thelma Camacho, Terry Williams, Mike Settle. I don't know who they might be. But it's like a psychedelic rock album or something. I haven't listened to it yet, but I looked it up. Unfortunately, the bottom is busted out. But the top and bottom are pretty good on there. So that is, that'll be something to check out. It might be good. Who knows? The next one, Guilty Pleasure for sure. Another down memory lane kind of thing from being a child. And this one is Lionel Richie's Can't Slow Down. Gatefold cover of Lionel Richie on a pole. I got a feeling that he's not up in the air like this. I think that's a staged photo, and the background is probably airbrushed or something or whatever. But I don't know that that's true because that man is way up in the air, and I don't believe he can jump that high. But anyway, this one has All Night Long, All Night, Penny Lover, Stuck on You, and Hello. You know, everybody knows that song. Hello, is it me you're looking for? But it has the inner sleeve, you know, and the record itself, I believe, is in really great shape. So I got it. You know, I'm gonna listen to it once or twice for the memories of it, and then that'll be it. Which is to be said about most of these. But you know, I had to go down memory lane there. That seems what that store gets for me. The Salvation Army store. So anyway, more from Salvation Army. This one I got because of one song that is not the song I thought it was. My uncle used to sing a song, and maybe he was just enhancing it, but because I listened to it. But it's Mel Tillis, Mr. Entertainer, and the song was Coca-Cola Cowboy. And I know that was a hit song. And it says two-step for some reason. Maybe you two-step dance to that. But this is not the song that I thought it was. There's some other cowboy song from my childhood that I don't know, but this wasn't it. So I don't know anything else about this guy. But he's got a song called Jump Shout Boogie, so that might be fun. I guess he's country. Mel Tillis sounds like a country guy. I should get a sponsorship by Subway since I drink out of a Subway cup almost every time I do a video. Next up is some of the better ones that I got. I got these from... Where did I get these from? First one... This one came from the Red, White, and Blue store, and it's Genesis, self-titled album. Now, this is, I believe, the first one where Phil Collins was on. I talked about this album in another one. I had it on cassette, I've had it on CD, and now I got the record. This one's got Mama, That's All, Illegal Alien. Those are the bigger hits from it. It's a really good album. It makes you think there's 10 songs here because this last part says produced by Genesis. There's really only 9 tracks on it. Great album. Real nice shape, $1.99 from wherever. Then we go back to the little... It's an antique store, and they really don't know what they're doing over there. And I talked to them. The lady was like, "Oh yeah, I had to pull out all the records and check them and make sure they weren't scratched up because I learned my lesson from somebody that came in and brought some stuff back." And I was thinking, well, lady, I could have told you that. And then you got stuff stacked up on top of each other and piled all over the place. I was like, you know, if you're trying to sell records, they do it with comic books too. And I don't even look at the comic books because they're just so destroyed. I don't even want to play with them, and they're going to charge a ridiculous amount of money. So most of these were they were $5 or $6, I think. I might have paid a little more for one of them. I don't remember what I did. I thought the prices were... Okay, yeah, I know what it was. I got 4 records for $30, I think. I don't know. So it was, you know, whatever. But anyway, I got Styx, Equinox. I don't know anything on this Styx album, but I do like Styx. Lorelei might be a hit song. I'm not sure. But you know, the record's in good shape. Cover was in pretty good shape. And it's good to go. The next one is an album I already owned, but it has a hole drilled in it. I'm way off the screen here. I don't know what's going on today. There's a hole drilled in the album, and the weird thing is, the first time I played it, didn't see the hole because it was tiny, but the needle went right past it. Like, I don't know how it didn't skip. I guess it jumped forward, but it didn't like get stuck. It didn't break the needle or anything. I don't know how, but Joe Cocker. This one was $10. The cover's pretty banged up, but I have like I said, I have another copy, and the cover's in good shape. It's just, you know, it's a record that will damage my needle if I keep playing it. So this one's got Dear Landlord, Bird on the Wire, Lordy Miss Claudie. And these are all cover songs. She Came In Through the Bathroom Window, Hitchcock Railway, That's Your Business, Something, Delta Lady, Hello Little Friend, and Darling Be Home Soon. You know, he basically did cover songs. I don't know if he did original stuff at all. I don't know. Then found this one for $5. Ted Nugent's Cat Scratch Fever. Got the nice inner sleeve. The lady said, "Oh my!" when she saw that on the back, you know, getting scratched. The record itself, it's filthy. It's got dust on it. It's got hair on it, whatever. But it looks nice. I think it'll play well. Once I clean it up tonight, I'll try it out. You know, I'm not a huge Ted Nugent fan. I have one or two of his records. This one will be the best one of the ones I have because I don't like him that much enough to sit there and listen to him all the time. I'd rather him in Damn Yankees, stuff like that. You know, but his solo stuff is not my total cup of tea. Then I've got the J. Giles Band Showtime. This one was also $10. The Styx one was $5 as well. The historic live album, entertaining and informative fun. I really like the cover. I hate that they wrote $10 on there with a grease pencil or something. This one is I have 3 J. Giles Band albums. 2 of them are live albums. I'm not looking for J. Giles albums. It just happens to be, you know, if it's there, I'm going to get it because I do like them. But I don't like them enough to search for them. But anyway, this one, the only song that I know for sure, 2 songs, is Love Stinks and Centerfold. Both of those are their biggest hits, I guess. And then there's Land of a Thousand Dances, which is it's got to be a cover song. I know that's not their original song. But that one will be pretty good too. A dog is coughing again. Hey, hit the road. She's got a problem. I don't know what it is. And I can't get her to the vet. But anyway, the last 3 I got here came from the place, the Salvation Army. I can never remember that. Salvation Army again. This is 24 original happening hits. It has I Think We're Alone Now by Tommy James and the Shondells. I'm going to skip over Cherry Cherry by Neil Diamond. Wooly Bully by Sam the Sham. Why Do Fools Fall in Love by Frankie Lyman. Western Union by Five Americans. Sunny by Bobby Hebb. Heeb. I don't know. Good Lovin' by the Young Rascals. I Got You Babe, Sonny and Cher. Land of a Thousand Dances again for Wilson Pickett. That's probably where it came from. Maybe not. Maybe it was before him. And that's about it for the ones that I know for sure. But this will be pretty good. Then I got a second copy of this because I couldn't remember if I bought it or not. And I didn't. My phone wasn't working, so I couldn't check. But I bought it because of that silly picture right there. The music of Leroy Anderson, Frederick Fennell, Eastman Rochester Pops Orchestra. I have no real intention of listening to this. I just wanted it. It's a clean copy. It's probably better than the one I already had. Still got the shrink wrap on it. It's open, but it's still in the shrink wrap. And the last one I got, bought it for the cover alone. Call me a whatever you want, but I love this picture. Little girl with her floozy looking self, with her butt hanging out, whatever. But it's a nice picture. And it's called Gate Parisienne, I guess. I'm not too good in French. Les Sylphides, maybe? The Philadelphia Orchestra. Eugene Ormandy, conductor. I just like the cover. She's a pretty lady. But I don't know anything about it. And that is it for thrifting Like I said, I don't plan on doing a lot more thrifting videos because it just I've got to work my situation out and get my life in a better place as far as my space, my bills, and everything else, and that's where I need to cut. So that's what I'm going to do. Hopefully, I say that, and then I'll probably go out and buy some stuff next week. So, but anyway, that's the plan anyway, to cut down on that and just buy new records. If you're still listening to this at this point, I don't know if I'm going to do any kind of end of the year kind of stuff videos. I mean, I probably will do something, but I looked to see what like best of 2022 albums would be. I only bought like maybe in between 5 and 10 albums that were actually new to 2022. Everything else was all like reissues and stuff like that. And I bought a lot of things, but they're not new albums, so I don't know what to say about that. And and the ones I did buy that were new, I wasn't overly impressed with everything. Like I bought that new Def Leppard. This is good Def Leppard. That new Def Leppard album, not good at all as far as I'm concerned. I bought the Lily and Axe album, got that on CD. Both of those are on CD. That was pretty good. But I got like the Tears for Fears, which was okay. I know a lot of people liked it, but I didn't think it was that like spectacular. I got 2 Jack White albums, which I didn't listen to that much to really have an opinion on yet. And then I don't think I bought too much else as far as new records go. So, who knows? We'll talk to you guys later. And hope you guys are having a good New Year's coming up, and had a good Christmas. Hopefully better than what I did. But anyway, I hope everybody's out there rocking on and all that good stuff. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.